Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's scripture reading is from Daniel, chapter 1, where we find that Babylon has invaded Jerusalem and now rules over it. Daniel and 3 other youths from the tribe of Judah, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, have been drafted into King Nebuchadnezzar's service. On behalf of his 3 friends, Daniel asked permission of the commander of the officials to decline the king's menu, thereby not defiling themselves, and eat vegetables and drink water instead. Verse 9. Now God granted Daniel favor and compassion in the sight of the commander of the officials, and the commander of the officials said to Daniel, I am afraid of my lord the king, who has appointed your food and your drink. For why should he see your faces looking more haggard than the youths who are your own age? Then you would make me forfeit my head to the king. But Daniel said to the overseer, whom the commander of the officials had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, Please, test your servants for 10 days, and let us be given some vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be observed in your presence and the appearance of the youths who are eating the king's choice food, and deal with your servants according to what you see. So he listened to them in this matter and tested them for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, their appearance seemed better, and they were fatter than all the youths who had been eating the king's choice food. So the overseer continued to withhold their choice food and the wine they were to drink, and kept giving them vegetables. As for these 4 youths, God gave them knowledge and intelligence in every branch of literature and wisdom. Daniel even understood all kinds of visions and dreams. Then, at the end of the days which the king had specified for presenting them, the commander of the officials presented them before Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them, and out of them all, not one was found like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's personal service. As for every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king consulted them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and conjurers who were in all his realm. And Daniel continued until the 1st year of Cyrus the king.
You don't have to be prominent in the world's eyes to be an influential person. If you're a believer, through your example and testimony, you can help others understand who Jesus Christ is and what it looks like to live for Him. Scripture includes many examples of righteous men and women who were influential in their generation. One of them was Daniel, who was a godly influence not only on his friends, but also on kings. Even as a youth, he was committed to obeying God's law. Consequently, when Daniel was offered food from the Babylonian king's table, he requested vegetarian meals instead to comply with Jewish dietary restrictions. His commitment to the Lord outweighed any fear of reprisal for rejecting the royal provisions, and God protected Daniel by giving him favor with his overseer. Although most of us won't have an opportunity to influence global leaders, our example can impact a workplace, neighborhood, home, or future generations. As was true of Daniel, a godly example is rooted in obedience to Scripture, the source of wisdom. In a world that is tossed about by upheaval, fear, and uncertainty, our confidence in the Lord stands out and influences those around us.